MADISON, welcome back and thanks for being here. This is a card trick that I'm calling Strange Aces. We see a deck of playing cards being shuffled. We see the 4 aces mixed into that deck. One final cut of the deck and the deck is seen to apparently change. Why am I shrinking? To change color, all apart from 4 playing cards, which just happen to be the 4 strange aces. This doesn't make sense, Charlie. It's illogical, but it's pretty, and that's why I'm doing it, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. And it's so easy. All you need is 2 decks of playing cards, and the rest is so easy. There's a link in this video description to a previous tutorial in which I taught a pseudo deck switch. We're using the same principle, so go and watch that video. I will teach you the technique right now. It couldn't be easier. Get yourself 2 decks of playing cards and let's learn strange aces. Charlie, could you not have found a smaller camera? Obviously I'm gonna say this, but I'm in love with these playing cards. I'm in love with the remedies. All the remedies, not just the new ones. Stay close for news about the new ones. As soon as these are available, they're gonna be available through Murphy's Magic from Daniel Schneider and you know, I think, my personal opinion, this is the best edition of the remedies that we've shown you so far. So I'm using 2 decks of remedies, and it makes sense to have 2 contrasting decks. So I've gone for a dark deck and a light deck. So we're gonna take the 4 aces out of the dark deck. We don't need the deck now, so I'm gonna put that away. We're gonna take the red aces, and I'm gonna put one on top of the blue deck. Then I'm gonna cut it in half and put the other ace on top of this. When I put them back together, I'm gonna leave a little gap, just so that it's so much easier for me to get to. This also offers an illusion that this is a green deck, just from seeing those 2 playing cards. Now, I'm gonna have these 2 playing cards out of the deck, like so, as if they're subject playing cards. It looks like we're only using 2 aces, the black aces, so in the end, when we reveal 4 aces, it's a bit of an extra kicker. So we're gonna start by carefully separating these 2 piles. I'm gonna take the first ace, and I'm gonna riffle very gently with my thumb like this up the back. I don't want to lift up too big because I don't want to show any of those blue cards. Now I'm going to riffle up, and I'm going to put the first ace in like this, leave it protruding. Do the same with the other half. Ace of clubs goes in here, so they're both protruding. We have one more situation which gives the illusion that this is a completely green deck, because it looks like we're looking at 2 green piles with 2 green cards protruding. We are actually just looking at the backs of the 4 aces. So I'm going to square this inside. We lose the first ace. Be careful not to do what I just did. And then we're going to do the other one. Square it in very carefully. Now when we put these piles together, I'm going to grip the left pocket between finger 2 and my thumb, like so, here on the end. Same on the opposite side with my right thumb and finger 2 on the ends here. And then I'm going to lift the right pocket and put it on top. But my thumb it has a death grip on this pocket, right? So when I put this pocket down, it doesn't connect. So I'm keeping a huge thumb break at the back, which cannot be seen from the front. So I put it down, wait for a moment, and then I'm gonna run into, or I'm gonna go into a series of running cuts, but these are simple pocket for pocket cuts. Now this might feel tricky at first, but after a bit of practice you get used to it. All I am doing is rotating both pockets. So I'm taking the bottom pocket away, letting this one fall and putting this one on top. Once again, my thumb prevents those packets from connecting. And I'm just repeating this, and the more I repeat this, it looks like the deck is just being shuffled, when really I'm just rotating 2 packets over and over. Don't do this for too long, because then you give it away what you're doing. Get to a point where we're now going to stop here. Now, because we don't need to keep a break at this point, we can let go. So I like to let go, come away, warm my magical fingers up, and then I'm gonna cut and do a slap. So I'm gonna do a slap cut, which looks like this. Now this big action makes it look like that's the moment where something happened, especially when they see the top card of the deck is blue. I don't want to waste too much time after that slap, so we do the slap first, and then I spread the deck across the table, and then as soon as I finish spreading, I come back with one hand and out jog 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can now see that the entire deck, it appears to have changed color. It could appear to be a deck switch. It depends how we present this as a trick. And we're now free to either invite Susan Sausage to turn these cards face up, or we can do it ourselves. I like to take the outside ones first, put them here, and then the inside ones. And if you want to give them a bit of spin before putting them down, that's just showing off. If you have an audience, well, you're not going to be just performing this for yourself in your bedroom, or perhaps you are. It makes more sense when you take these cards out to put them towards your audience like this, and then like this. And one thing I found that helps as well, at this point, when we close the deck, we want to turn it face up and then just spread it. But this isn't, we're not doing this as a display. We're not going, look at the deck. We're just doing this in case our audience believes that this deck is blue on one side and green on the other. So we want to eliminate that thought before it even happens. So at this point, we're completely finished and we're completely clean, and we're good to move into our next trick. Now, a few notes. Now, this isn't something that you would go up to somebody and just say, here, let me show you something. This is something that needs to be built into a routine, or unless you're just doing it for film, in which case, the way that I did, I shuffled with the green deck first and then switched to off camera. If you're doing a real deck switch, then it just needs to be one of those where you're between tricks and it's not a big deal. You don't have to build a deck switch into this, but you do, it will be worth the effort to show people that you've been using a green deck first. So I'll do a bunch of tricks with my green deck, and then on an off moment, on a talking moment, on a bit of a pause, a bit of a break, I will switch and I will set up this deck. Now, the way that I would set this deck up, I'm going to take the Ace of Diamonds and I'm going to give it a breather crimp. So my thumbs on the diamond and pull to the edge like so. Now this can be placed in the middle of the deck. Now the Ace of Hearts goes on top and I'm ready to go. Now what that crimp does is it allows me to cut straight to that ace without worrying that I'm going to show a blue playing card. So I can just lift and I'm straight to the Ace of Diamonds. And this allows us to have the deck completely, looking completely normal on the table, and then lift the deck up when we're ready to do the cuts, or at least lift and hold a break when we're before we're ready to begin. Now, the way that I demonstrated this in the beginning was having the deck already ready and then just showcasing a revelation of 2 playing cards, which just happened to turn out to be the black aces. So I had these at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to do this simple idea of pulling down with finger 3 on the index, and this causes the card to pop away and it goes up like this. Now you can do this twice, because remember, we don't want to show the whole deck. Now I can put the deck down, everybody's looking at these aces, and I can cut to the other ace, and I'm ready to go into the trick. For an extra revelation, for an extra kick on this, if you want to add something else into it, the box that you're using, this box right now, it's holding the mic down, so I've put the blue remedies inside. I could put the green remedies in here so that they're on the table the whole time, so that after the effect, once we've done the revelation and we've taken out the aces, then we can say, oh, you know what, did you see where the green deck went? Now we can point to the box and say, have a look inside the box, and the complete trick is finished. Stay close for news on the Madison Schneider Casino remedies. This was Strange Aces. Thanks for your time. I'm Donning Madison. See you next time.